Hello Pokemon fans and random people of the internet. Today I'm going to be voicing my idea on one of the newer trends among Poketubers over the past few weeks. This will be a series of videos that I will release around the same time, but are videos on my ideas of things like what if I was a Pokemon champion, or what if I was a trial captain. I already made a video on what my Pokemon gym would be like, so if you do want to go check that out, I will leave the link for that in the description below, and I will also show the thumbnail at the end of the video for you to click on. Without any further delay, let's get right into today's topic. What if I was a Pokemon champion? The original video on this topic that I saw was made by Bird Keeper Toby. I'll leave their video in the description below. Enjoy the video. Like Bird Keeper Toby said in his video, there always seems to be a theme to the newer Pokemon leagues. So the theme of my Pokemon League will be battling, with each member having a different specialty and the aspects of battling. The aspects that will be personified in my league will be attack, defense, speed, and strategy. I know you're saying, well, one of these is not like the others. Strategy isn't a stat value like attack, defense, or speed. And you're right about that, but strategy is one of the most important aspects of a Pokemon battle. Knowing what moves one can teach their Pokemon to protect them against their weaknesses and capitalize on their strengths. How one may set up the playing field for future Pokemon within the battle via spikes or stealth rock. Which items Pokemon should hold on to maximize their time in the spotlight. These are all key parts of strategy, and there will be one member of the Elite Four that specializes solely on strategy. They may not have the strongest or fastest team, but they will make the battle tough due to their trickery and amount of preparation. That will be the first member of the Elite Four. Who is the first member of the Elite Four? Well, who is obsessed with Pokemon moves? I'll give you guys a small hint beyond the one I just gave you. His last name is a tree. Not much of a hint, but I guess that narrows it down just a little bit. Instead of playing Who's That Pokemon, I just put you through a game of Who's That Professor. The professor in question is Professor Kukui from Pokemon Sun and Moon. Since he's obsessed with researching Pokemon moves and is clearly knowledgeable in battle and the Pokemon League, he would be a perfect fit as the masked strategist because, you know, Kukui is the masked royal, right? Did anyone get that reference as soon as I said it? No? Alright, moving on. The team that our favorite short-hitting professor will be battling with will include a Toxicroak, Poison Heal, Gliscor with Stealth Rock, Fling, Earthquake, and Roost. This will be a bit of an annoying starting Pokemon because the first thing it'll do is set up Stealth Rock and wait its turn for the poison to take effect. If you don't knock it out the first turn, then it will fling its Toxicroak at whoever is fighting it during the turn. After Gliscor, you will face a Gengar with Mean Look, Hypnosis, Shadow Ball, and Dream Eater. After you defeat the Gengar, you'll be faced with a Hawlucha with Hone Claws and Flying Press. For the final Pokemon of the first member of the Elite Four, he pulls out an Aegislash, Swords Dance, King's Shield, Sacred Sword, and Flash Cannon. Once you defeat the Aegislash, congratulations! You can now move on to the second member of the Elite Four. The second member of the Elite Four focuses on speed. The face behind the team of speedsters is the Kalos gym leader Karina. The skates fit perfectly with the speed theme, and Karina has a speed demon mentality required to be able to realize the full potential of incredibly fast Pokemon. Sceptile will be up first with this insane max speed stat of 372. This is the slowest of the bunch, but it's still one of the fastest Pokemon in the entirety of the Pokemon universe. Weavile is up next on the list with a maximum speed stat of 393. It can hit hard and can be deadly to many members of your team if you don't prepare for it. Next up is Aerodactyl. Aerodactyl is in the top 10 fastest Pokemon ever, including legendaries, with an incredible maximum speed of 394. Aerodactyl will be able to land some very powerful rock-type moves at extremely fast speeds. The final Pokemon from the Speed Demon Karina will be a Ninjask. With a maximum speed stat of 460, it takes its place as the second fastest Pokemon ever, sitting only behind Speedform Deoxys. After you defeat Ninjask, you have defeated the second member of the Elite Four, and your road to the champion's chair is that much closer to being over. The third member of the Elite Four focuses on defense. Rock types are tough and gritty, so when someone says you're as tough as a rock, that's a good thing. So the person I have chosen to be the defensive titan is Roark, the first gym leader of the Sinnoh region. Let me tell you a story from a little more than 10 years ago, or the November of 2007. I was gifted my first version of Pokemon for my birthday, Pokemon Diamond. And I received the collector's edition Nintendo DS Lite with Dialga and Palkia on the cover of the DS as well. I still have that to this day. The first gym I ever finished as a kid was Roark, and the first game I played was Pokemon Sapphire, but that was at a friend's house, playing around at the beginning, not knowing what I was doing. That story's for another time though. Anyways, Roark holds a special place in my memory, being the first gym leader that I defeated. That is mostly why I chose Roark for this great task. As for Roark's team, Aegislash is a repeat solely because it is amazing all around defensively. After Aegislash, you will fight a Toxapex, which has great defense and can also inflict poison on your team while tanking hits. After you deal with the walking Poison Dome, Bastiodon will be sent out, and since it has solid defensive stats all around, it is a nice addition to the defensive team. Finally, you'll be faced with the defensive terror that is Shuckle. That's right, I said Shuckle. In my opinion, Shuckle's a very underrated Pokemon. It has very good defensive stats, making it a very good tank to switch into. Yes, it may be one of the slowest, if not the slowest Pokemon ever, but it definitely makes up for it in its tankiness with a solid 230 base stat in special and physical defense. With a maximum defensive stat of 614 in both of the defensive categories, this makes Shuckle the #1 defensive Pokemon ever, even outbeating Defense Deoxys in special defense and Mega Steelix and Mega Aggron in physical defense. Needless to say, it's going to take a little bit to kill that little turtle. Side note, the Shuckle will have 252 EVs in HP in order to actually be the defensive tank I know it can be. The last member of the Elite Four focuses on attack. I would have Drayden as the trainer of this team. To me, Drayden has this epic general vibe to him, and I personally think that Drayden fits very well with the theme of strong attacks. The first member of Drayden's team would be an Alakazam. Alakazam is a very cool Pokemon that really has that glass cannon feel. It has high base special attack and is fitting to start at the battle. The second of the attack specialists is Haxorus. It has a very high maximum attack and also fits well with Drayden. Third, he sends out a Porygon Z. Porygon Z specializes in special attack. I can hit very hard with a plethora of moves to choose from. The last Pokemon that Drayden will throw at you is Slacking. Slacking is a very high base attack stat for not even being Mega Evolved, so it makes sense that he would have it in his team. The Belly Drum combo makes the battle that much harder, adding on to Slacking's natural tankiness. Once you manage to beat the Slacking, you have defeated all 4 members of the Elite Four. All that is left is the champion. You walk through the door of the Champions Hall, preparing yourself for the toughest battle yet. With your team healed up, using potions and revives, you are ready to face the champion. You approach the arena and the room bursts to life with lights and smoke. And out of the smoke, a figure emerges. The champion is none other than DB Glalie. Me. As the battle starts, I send out my first Pokemon, a Nidoking, knowing Thrash, Earthquake, Ice Beam, and Fire Blast. And this is a little throwback to my Pokemon Yellow playthrough about a year ago, which it's not on my channel, but I played Pokemon Yellow about a year ago, and I basically only leveled this Nidoking, which helped me beat the Elite Four, basically single-handedly. So, that's why it's here. Yeah, I like Nidoking as well. The second Pokemon I would have is Scizor. It also being one of my favorite Pokemon, it attacks using X-Scissor and Iron Head to devastate any matchup, even matchups that it would be weak against. The Technician ability makes sure that every single attack counts. So, let's say you have like X-Scissor against something that is weak against. If you used X-Scissor against whatever is weak against, it would actually power up the ability to be like a normal attack. So that's what Technician does. Third up, I've got Fortress, and Fortress is one of my favorite Pokemon, and it's one of those Pokemon that I don't really know why it's one of my favorites. I think I just saw it in the Pokemon anime when I was a kid, and after that, I just kind of liked it. Yeah. So after Fortress, there would be a Sceptile. I'll dive a little bit deeper into why Sceptile's on my team later in a future video. But Sceptile will be on my team. Up fifth, I've got Donphan. Donphan has been one of my favorite Pokemon for a very, very long time. In Pokemon Alpha Sapphire, my secret base team was Donphan Fortress, and you've probably guessed who the last Pokemon would be. Glalie. Glalie is the last Pokemon on my team and by far the strongest. Mega Glalie would be a part of this team. Glalie has been my favorite Pokemon forever. I can't remember when I had any other favorite Pokemon. It was the very first Pokemon that I saw, and it looks super cool. And I just love it. After you defeat my beloved Glalie, you have become the champion. Congratulations. Now, I really want to get something across. This team does actually fit into the theme of the Pokemon League. Well, how, you may ask? Well, there's a recurring theme with all of the Pokemon I have chosen. They're all some of my favorite Pokemon. There's a quote some of you may already know, but for those of you who don't, it's from Karen from Generation 2. She said, "Strong Pokemon, weak Pokemon. That is only the selfish perception of people. Truly skilled trainers should try to win with the Pokemon they love best." End quote. That is the point I want to get across with my reign as champion. It's beyond EV training and perfect breeding. It's about the Pokemon you truly love battling with. With that being said, thank you all so much for watching. Shout out to Bird Keeper Toby. Even though he's so much more popular than I am, he's helped me so much over the past few weeks, so thank you. I'll link his channel and his video below. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like and some feedback on what I could do to improve. If you want to see more content like this, subscribe to my channel. I will be trying to make as many videos as I can while I am still on summer vacation. Again, thank you all so very much for watching. Just one thing I want to clarify. This is a post-editing added in comment. So I just want to clarify that Glalie is my all-time favorite Pokemon, and when I said that I don't remember having another favorite Pokemon, I really mean I don't remember having another all-time favorite Pokemon. So that was just a clarification for any of you that were confused with that maybe thought I contradicted myself. When I looked over the video, I thought the same thing. So I just wanted to clarify that now. So with that being said, I will see you guys next time.